Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. Right thinkers, yeah, we at the end of the book. We at the apex now. Appendix, excuse me. We doing appendix. I got 4 of them for you. Then maybe a question and answer, 1 or 2. And we done with the Maat philosophy book. Moving on to meditation. So let's go. Appreciate you. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. I put the message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten. I'm doing it. Inspiring, hopefully. Educating, definitely that. And motivating. That's my goal. You to what? A higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Trying to get you there. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you had an answer for yourself, don't worry about it. Truly, I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Got to have my pen. Sorry about that. All right. So, right thinkers, let's talk about the end of the book. We're doing Appendix 1. This is titled Karma and Reincarnation. And what is WRIGHT? Remember that? Okay. Let's talk about it. This is extra information from the book. We finished the book. How about that? The book is done. Now we're doing the, call it extras appendix. Okay. What is WRIGHT? The answer to these questions can be found where? In the Ru Per Em Haru. That's our Bible. Okay? Basic instruction before leaving earth. That's what it was doing. And all the Bible did, Christian Bible, pretty much the same thing. I have a problem with that. So understand that. Now, this is our deal. This is what we started with. It's the textbook or a book of what? Enlightenment. Same thing the Bible's supposed to do, enlighten you, but also incorrectly known. Yeah, at the Book of the Dead. When you go to a person's casket and take out stuff, ain't that grave robbing? But they call it, they got the books of the dead. They got a whole lot of books. Okay. Book of coming forth by day is what it really was. Why? It was giving you instructions how to get to the afterlife by living a righteous and virtuous life in this life. If we as the people did that across the board, we would have no problems. Ancient ancestors didn't for thousands of years. The goddess, Miss Hint, okay, presides over the future birth of an individual. That's her job. That's what she do for you. But she represents, listen, only the accumulation of the process, okay, which has come to be known, you ready, as Ankh, spelled UHM dash ANKH, which is Ankh. Know what it means? Reincarnation. That means you live under my eye. You fail. That's what that means. Now, in modern times, okay, same concept, heaven and hell, don't make a difference. Okay, you don't live right, you go into hell. Simple, okay. But in reality, it is what? The individual. You who determines his or her own fate. Well, my destination left from no. That's just wrong. Why? You control your fate and your destiny. It's all in your hands. Hopefully you understand I'm get through. That's what this is all about. Now, why? Because if you do it right, you go home. If you don't get it right, you go get a do-over. And Miss Hint job is to help you get it right. Watch this. That's her purpose. And watch this. You control your own fate. How? There you go. How do I control my own fate? Listen, if we teach this to our kids, the actions that you perform in life, however, the wisdom of the ancient Egyptian sages dictated what? That this process should be explained. Ding, ding, ding. That's what teaching for. That's why you give it to them. Listen, this is what you need to do. That's what they did. Watch this. Now, in mythological terms, to help people better understand the philosophy. Again, this is a philosophy, but the stories are mythological. Right thinking stories are real. They're mine. That's the difference. Everything else is the same. Okay, understand that. But now the process works as follows. Don't care what you call it. Don't care who doing it. This is the process. You got the deity that showed you the scene on the judgment day. You got Shah. He stands in for you. He represents your destiny. He's going to go and stand in for you. Watch this now. This is the concept. And Nunette, the two twins, they govern the individual's fate or destiny and their fortune. Okay? One you reap, the other one you sow. You reap and you get the harvest. That's what they say. You reap what you sow. That's karma. Okay? You do this, you can get that. If it's good, get good in return. It ain't hard to figure out. It ain't brain surgery. Okay? But these deities are considered the hands of the great god Tahuti, which is God's mind in your consciousness that you can understand, comprehend, and keep track of everything, okay? He symbolized what? The intellectual development of all human beings. We all have Tahuti. We just got to perfect them, okay? My favorite student, number one student, name is Tahuti. Okay, simple as that. Why? You have to be mental. If you're mental, you can learn. If you're ignorant, it's going to be hard. Okay, I'm a teacher, and I can tell the difference between the two. And watch this. He inscribes a person's fate. He's the personal scribe. He keeping track. That's his job. Okay, that's in your head. He does all of that. And what? He inscribes a person's fate. And watch this. Once they have faced the scales of Maat. Just gave the last lesson about that again, part 2. If you face it and you fail, Maat is in your future. Okay, your conscience and your in your heart will be eaten. You will be devoured from the records, as in Mission Impossible. We're going to take you off the record. Why? You never existed. We don't know you. Okay, that was the concept. So I laugh every time I see that. I love that because my man took the job, which is pretty much impossible. But doing it right with the right people, right organization, right plan, it can be done. That was his job. And if you're a teacher, my job is to try to get everybody to be their best self. So if I need you, if you're good at that, I'm going to depend on you to be that. My man, Derek Morris, Greg Morris, he was the electrician, man. He was everything, electrician, that was his thing. So everybody has a role. Find, understand your role. My role is teaching. That's what I'm doing what I do for you right here. All right? But the deal was when you get through the scales of Maat, that is, they are judged, okay, by yourself in the reference to their past ability. To what? To uphold Maat. How Maat did you live in life? That's the question. If you lived a balanced, peaceful, fruitful, good life, then you'll be awarded. If you didn't, you'd be exposed. Simple as that. Nobody controls that but you. Moving on. You control the good just as much as you control the bad. You like to get reward, you do good stuff. Everybody knows that. When you decide to do bad, you're going to get some reward, but it's a price you got to pay. Understand that. So I would rather be rewarded for doing good than have to suffer the pains of being bad. So just don't be bad. Moving on. If you teach a kid that, a young kid, they'll grow in that state of mind, not all crazy and messed up with this nonsense y'all giving them now. Moving on, get out of there. But watch this. Now, a person's intellectual capacity, how much did you learn? How much information did you take in? How much reflecting did you do on yourself? How much intellectual understanding did you turn the information into to make it useful for you? How much did you manifest, or what did you manifest? In the capacity to what? Reflect on their own actions. Self-reflection is looking back over the day at the end of the day. I did this, I do that. If you ain't checking yourself, you wrecking yourself. Thus, watch this. It is fitting, what? For the intellect to judge, which is your common sense, your judge. Your judgment is on what's right and wrong of your own action. Who's better to judge you than you? You tell people you to judge your own. Nah, God gonna judge me. I gotta go say, oh, that's stupid nonsense. Okay, no, you gonna judge you. Whether you like it, understand it, don't make a difference to me. That's a fact. Further, what's this? God, listen to me. Listen to me. God does not judge anyone. But ain't God. Again, God don't judge anybody. Why? Because we are, if you ain't understood this yet, we are all essentially what? Gods and goddesses. I've been trying to get you to understand. If you know yourself, you would know that fact. This is the fact. If you're God and God, you wouldn't judge yourself. Be you male or female, you still got to call the shots. And your God and God is sparks of the same divinity. I mean, we all come from the one. So God within us is the one who judges us. How about that? How you like that? If you think your mother, your father, sister, brother, your uncle, cousin, aunt, they ain't got no right to judge nothing. You would judge you, and they would judge them. Whether they know it or not, don't make a difference. Again, things that's facts, don't care if you like them, understand them, no, don't make a difference. That's just what it is. You got to learn them and know it. Live by them. Simple. Oh, yeah, diet. Okay, judges us, yeah. Now, this is the objective. Judgment, which only who? You, the individual, is responsible for. The one thing you got total control over is this thing you call your body. And the body's just going to be here for a little while. You take care of it and get a long life out of it. Keep the maintenance up, keep it in shape, oil and change, all that good stuff. Body maintenance is just as good as automobile maintenance or any other kind of maintenance. It is important to keep this thing in shape. Okay, that's another thing. And you're responsible for that. Okay? And you're responsible for it, what? For it occurs, what? At your unconscious level of your mind. If you're not a right thinker, you ain't really got stuff going in your head. You don't, that stuff going on, you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't even know you control your mind. Well, who controls this thing you got on your shoulders? That's not good. Being ignorant is an issue. But being stupid means you ain't trying to learn. There's a difference between ignorant and stupid. And some of y'all exhibit stupidity. Not ignorance, stupidity. Because you couldn't learn. You just refused to. That's why you reincarnate. And which only beyond or interference from a person's personality, or, here we go, your ego consciousness, which is on the surface level of your mind. You think you're the body, you think it's all, yes, that's ego. That's all ego. If you don't incorporate God in your mix, you ain't got God conscious yet. You're still ignorant. You're still low level. You, self, you got nothing going. That's why you incarnate. And watch this. Therefore, one's own conscious desires, watch this, to go to heaven. Okay? Well, there's some things you got to do to get there. Everybody want to go, but nobody know what the hell they're doing to get there. Learn, and you ain't worry about going. You get there on your own. Why? At the time of death of one's conscious repentance, what happens? At the time of death for the misdeeds, you're going to be judged. At the time of death, karma, Miss Hint, she comes and bring you all your stuff. This is yours, okay? Your conscious, all the stuff from the heart, this conscious here, it's either going to be full of nonsense or light as a feather. Your choice. Again, you have the choice. That's what free will is. Not the, well, I think I'm a man and woman's body. That's nonsense. That's just mental illness. Moving on. And my man Sadi said the next 15 years, we're going to have at least one person in our family suffering from mental illness. I think he's a little behind. I think we're already there. Sorry. But your misdeeds in life is only the things that you did. When they was wrong, you did them. You thought nobody knew. Thought you got away. Your text, Thought you got away? I got you. Your conscience will tell on you every time. At Judgment Day. That's what it's for. And watch this. In life cannot overcome what that weight of what all the WRIGHT on the heart. That's what makes the heart heavy. That heavy is the heart when you burden yourself with secrets, lies, and deceit. Those things weigh on the heart. It's not good. Anything that's not good stays in the heart. Good stuff dissipates. Okay, like when you become one with Asar, you dissipate right up back into where you come from. Moving on. But that's what the deal is when it comes to karma and reincarnation. Your actions, things that you did, something done. That's what WRIGHT means. And your karma is what? What you do. Either it's going to be good, where you get blessed, or it's going to be bad, and you'll get what you deserve. Simple as that. I don't make the call. It ain't about the call. It's about what you deserve. Whatever you did, deserve what you're going to get. That's what karma means. And one has set up what? During a lifetime. You set your karma up. Trust me. Okay. All that sneaky, deceitful stuff, everything you did on the low comes up at what? Judgment time. That's where a lot of people fall short. And they're going to keep doing it till they what? Figure it out. That's the goal. My job personally is to get you to figure it out, because I know you've been a few times already. So we all been here before. Anybody just first? No, that's my first. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Moving on. But you are responsible for everything you did during your lifetime, and that's what judgment is about. So it's important that if we teach our young to begin what? Now how to purify their heart at a young age. I'm about to freak out, because this is what gets that. You give it to a young, let them dream big, let them inspire big, let them want to be. That's all good for them. They're young. Shoot for the stars. And what happened? When you purify your heart, you are cleansing your soul so as to what? Become Makaru. That's my favorite. Speaking truth from the heart. I want the best for you. So I'm only going to give you what I know is the best for you. I'm not going to give you something that ain't going to work for you, something that's going to hurt you. I don't do that. Didn't do it with my kids. Well, how you raise your kid? Honestly, what I had back then, I gave to my kids. That's all I had to give them. But it was honest. I kept it true. Moving on. And true, again, that's from the heart. This thing right here, you speak from here, it comes from here out your mouth. You use this, you're conning, you're conniving, you can make things what you want. That's not what the heart do. The heart is pure. I am pure. And a pure heart at the time of judgment, that's what you want. You want that heart to be pure? Why? It'll be light as my yach's feather. See where we're going with this? You see how it works? It's so simple. Well, I guess if you do what I do, it seems simple. But I want my young people to get that concept. Why? They won't make a whole bunch of mistakes to themselves. They won't hurt themselves. Bad actions going to get bad results. And the quicker and the sooner they know that, the better off they will be. And when they speak in Makado, when your child did something and you ask them, you want to know what? Be Makado. True? Tell you the truth. See how when it starts? You see where it starts? But if they become Satanians, sneaky and deceitful, like they see their parents and their brothers and sisters, they're going to adopt that same way of thinking, the same way. And you wonder why it's a cycle. It's generational. Hello? How about we flip all that stuff that we do bad, generational, to make it something good and see how we work out with that? Everything we bad, we generational. Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. God. I'm done. Now, understand this. At the time of judgment, you want to be pure of heart. The God and Goddess are your cosmic forces, which only facilitate. They just there to be used by you, the process. But from a mythological and a philosophical standpoint, these are lessons, these are things being taught. They are concepts, again, for what? Understanding the mystical philosophy of the teachings that we call Maat. There's lessons in school. We give ABCs, we teach them how to count. It's the same thing. Teach them how to think right. Teach them how to think right. And if they're thinking right, they'll act right. The Egyptians didn't have no police, didn't have no army. They had no need for it. Bad people they dealt with at Judgment Day. They didn't care what you did, make a difference to them. Well, you're responsible. That's on you. That's why. See the difference? If you worry about how green your neighbor's grass is, you worry about the wrong thing. It looks greener than mine. Green is green. It's all different shades. I got a green. It's green all over. Okay, I'm doing green. Different shades don't make a difference. It's green. Okay, moving on. Where we at now? Oh man, I lost my place. No. Fertility. Okay, yeah. Okay, the God and goddesses, of course, of fertility. Remember, they're just there. You use them to your benefit. And if you use them in the wrong way, you suffer. Don't worry about that. Them bootleg preachers who using God to get monetary gains and those smooth guys getting the girls and having all their pleasures and getting everything on the low and having it, don't tell nobody. Nah, yeah, okay, but guess what? At Judgment Day, all that comes out. Like right now, we in information age. All lies told in Pisces will be exposed. Cat Williams tell you that, and that was just Hollywood. Man, I could care less about Hollywood, but it's evident. We come into what they call a conscious change. We're starting to wake up as a group of people across the board. It ain't just me, a few other people. No, we starting to become conscious of what? The nonsense that we've been put through. We're starting to recognize that third eye opening. My students say, "Is my eyes opening?" Yeah, we're starting to see things where they are. Yep. Now the question is, how you deal with it. It's one thing to recognize BS. It's another thing to understand how to deal with BS people. That's the next lesson. Oh, of course you recognize it. I know you know about how you deal with them. You BS them too. You give them the mirror. Simple. Moving on. I see the clock. This is going to be a little while, but I got to get this in. So let's go. Now, once the judgment has been rendered, the goddess takes over. And now, no longer in your hands, appoints the person's future. They're going to dictate your family, your place of birth, your social status. Why? She's trying to put you in a better position to learn so you can get up out of here, not come back. Stop the reincarnation cycle. That's the goal of karma, okay? That's the goal of right thinking philosophy. That's Maat's concept, to get you to heaven. This is not meant as a punishment, no, but it's a process of what? Leading the soul to an appropriate place where they can grow spiritually. Trying to put you in a good environment. How we end up in the hood. Another lesson. How I end up in the projects, okay? If before you die, you desire to be a musician, okay, these are the goals that we have, the internal, just the unconscious mind. Everybody wants to be something, okay? And if you didn't achieve that goal in life, it still sticks in the mind, okay? I still want that Rolls Royce. I don't care. Don't make a difference. I'm going to die with that thought in my mind if I don't get it in life. Why? It ain't going nowhere. That's loud in my mind. So my next life, well, we just be in heaven. You never got that Rolls Royce? Nah. All right. But the concept is, now the goddess Miss Het will send you to a country, put a family and circumstances, okay, which were what? Desired to be a musician, okay? And your desires can be now pursued. You're in a better position, okay? Unbeknownst to you. Well, she's trying to help you out because she knows you're conscious, okay? So if you were a mugger, here you go. This is karma again. That's one phase. There's another phase. If you were a mugger in the past life, you will end up, in a place, in a situation where what? You will experience what? Being mugged, the pain of suffering, such as you caused the others, and this situation where you will experience pain and suffering, and experience, well, what? This experience will teach you personally what? You'll act otherwise in the future. I got a brother-in-law, bad guy. We all did bad things. And we look back on, he said, well, I feel bad for people I robbed. No, you don't. That's just your memory playing tricks on you. You did just what you want to do when you want to do it. And guess what? You're responsible for that act. So just because you feel bad, don't stop the fact that you still got to pay for that. Consequences, okay? So understand that. But thus, when you're by improving your future birth, putting in position, hopefully you get a better situation. That's what they said. Now, this is old stuff. I don't always agree with, because we know better now. But what you do after that is within the purview of your own free will. There you go. Free will and your actions is now what? This new lifetime. And you will engender and determine what? The next and on and on. Meaning until you figure this out, until you know thyself, you're going to keep playing the same game. Moving on. This is a process of life, and it is Miss Hint, destiny of birth, Mishent is what? The manifestation of one's Shah Nefer. That's the God in you, okay? In your physical body, standing in. The positive destiny, that's Shah. He's standing in. If you go on. If you get eat by Ahmet, he don't exist. He just fades out, okay? But destiny of one's what? Shah meant. Now, Shah Nefer, good, God. Shah meant, SHAI/MIT, that's the negative. And you don't know if you can see it, but this is the negative set right here, the ego. They got the hieroglyphics writings right there, right? And this hieroglyphic here is the Shah Met. You see the guy right here? That's your ego. It's represented by the man with a hatchet to his head. So self-destruction, suicide, okay? Kamikaze, whatever you want to call it. But somebody who don't care about their life will take their own life. Junkies. Anybody who doing stuff that my man Sadi tell you, that's death by installments. You slowly kill yourself. If you're doing something that's going to hurt you, that's you closer to death. Simple as that. Smoking, drinking, whatever it is, don't make a difference. It's all the same thing. To get you there quicker, don't make a difference. But I just do. You ain't got to tell me nothing. No, I don't. You ain't got to answer to me. You got to answer yourself. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. All right, let me get this out the way. When it happened, we did it, showed you the guy. Okay, yeah. Now, negative destiny is death. If, understand it, anything that was sinful, wrong, penalty for what that was, death. My man Robin Harris did a skit. He said, let me be in charge. Everything you do, death. You do something wrong, I just jaywalk, death. I won't do it again, I know. So if you make a mistake, death to you. The idea is to avoid those things, okay? And in balance, you can what? Make a mistake, you can correct it, so to speak, by, correcting it. They give you a chance to do that too. Watch this. Now, you got the negative destiny. Now, this is one's harvest, okay? You accumulated all this negativity, okay? Or what one reaps from one's actions. Whatever you've done, this is what you're going to be responsible for. Simple as that. Sometimes it scares me. I look at all the stuff I used to do, man. But I hope I got all that out the way. If you look at it that way, you can look back and say, wait a minute. That wasn't, I got some things I need to work on. That's all. Moving on. This process leads to what? When you live a negative lifestyle and you fail to test the Maat, it's spelled H-U-M. I'm a dyslexic. It's U-H-M/Ankh. That means reincarnation. That means that's in the cards. If you're not living right, you ain't doing the right thing. Reincarnation is in your future. The objective here is to what? Lead oneself on a process of what? Increasingly better births. Until what? They get it right. Okay? Until it's possible to have what? That spiritual enlightenment and inclination and the company of sages and saints who can lead a person to what? Self-discovery. My job is to get you to discover yourself. Know thyself. It's the same thing. All right? Wait a minute. One more time. I got one more thing. Oh, no, I ain't going to make it. No, we're going to make it. I'm going to do this. Let's go. Next page. We got thing we call WRIGHT. Okay, that means knowledge of the heart. When a person achieves this self-discovery, they are referred to as Ankh, A-K-H, whose S means the enlightened one. Okay, that means you are enlightened. First, a person must become virtuous, righteous. Why? Because this is how you purify one's heart by actions, and thus their IRI. There you go. Your IRI, your acts of doing right and good, virtuous acts will be recognized, and that's your karmic base. Negative IRI leads to negative situations, but also a mental dullness, and that's called ignorant. It's hard to understand what the teacher. I just told you, if you ain't thinking, it's hard to get across to ignorant people. But the teachers, when the mind is in a dull state of ignorance, full of base thoughts, ignorant desires, and feelings, this is the opposite of WRIGHT. They don't know themselves. They're ignorant, again, of themselves. Now, it may be referred to as what? Set. Ding, 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 ding. I told you. The ego. Mind, which is affected by what? Fetters of set, which is your ego doing your own in your own hands. You're doing everything destructive to yourself. there is much mental agitation and a whole lot of suffering. The positive, now watch this, the positive basis allows what? Harmonious surroundings and the birth into a family of what? Spiritually minded people. Church people, I guess. Or well, or well as the company of what? A sage. But most importantly, they have the clarity of mind, right thinking, to understand the wisdom that's set before them, the teachings. Learning is fundamental. This should be fun. I wasn't dredging this. I read this, man. I kept this book. Why? I just kept reading. It just kept getting better. Moving on. Tastes like mo. If the soul is judged to be pure in reference to what? Living Maat, right thinkers? It will not be led to what? Reincarnation. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's the goal for all of us, not to be reincarnated. In the Kemetic term, U-H-E-M, but to be the inner shrine, but to get to the inner shrine where it meets what? Its own higher self, Asar. I just gave that lesson. In essence, God, Asar, again, the soul meets Asar, which is the supreme being. This meeting ends all future possibilities of what? Reincarnation. You made it. You're home. You're at home base. You're good to go. You can go sit down and relax. Okay? Forever. What? Yeah. Chill. Okay? It means becoming one with the divine self. It is termed Nihas, my favorite. Resurrection. In essence, the sovereign resurrection, and this is the only way to break the cycle of reincarnation. Like Jesus said, only way to God is me. Yeah, live right, do right, and pass the feather Maat test at Judgment Day. That's the only way. Ain't no other way. So he's right. See, again, well, he right on point. You know what you're talking about. Again, speaking in parables where people don't understand what you're saying or talking esoteric messages that a lot of people miss, you'll be fooling a whole bunch of people, and those who catch it, it'll be profound. Why? Because they get it. So your WRIGHT, karma, wrapping it up, I see the clock. WRIGHT, not destiny, but it's accumulated of unconscious impressions from your desires, thoughts, and feelings from what? Your past, your present, and your previous lives. It still hangs around. Just seems to hang on, my man Ashton Simpson. And not set as a destiny. Your destiny is up to you. Your destiny is set. No. Don't think that. I was destined to be. No. You did the things that you need to get there. Trust me on that one. A person can change their WRIGHT. Hello. By what? By their present actions. What you did in the past, let that go. Can't change that. What you do in the present, that's what you need to be worried about. But you, the individual, is always what? Responsible for what? The present, and by the actions they perform which led them to what? The place where they are today. Depending, like the George say, free your ass and mind will follow. And you find out where you're at, depending on the condition of your state that you're in. External factors can affect one's life, but one is still what? In control, ultimately, of the response of those externalities, adversities. They're going to happen. You control them, but how you handle them when you're involved in them is to maintain your cool, okay? Keep your faith, okay? Walk by faith, not by sight. Watch this. You don't control the externalities of life, but other people and circumstances, you don't control those either. However, the present is not set. Otherwise, people could not change, and they would be what? Destined to suffer or be happy based on what? Some previous cosmic joke. It is not like that. No, it don't work that way. God has provided free will. This thing on top of your shoulders, the head. You got two sides, left and right. That's what Maat is for. Use it. You have free will. Why? And with it, a person can have a glorious life full of wisdom and prosperity, or they can lead a life where a lot of people's doing strife, suffering, frustration, and it's all based on what? Their egoism and their egoistic desires and their own actions that they choose. Can't bring nobody. I told you I was in the jail cell. I didn't bring nobody but me. I took every hit, everyone. Yeah. So deal with it. Wrapping it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. The ancient Egyptian word mishent is based on the word miskin. Mishkin means birthing place. Thus, Mishent is the goddess of cosmic force which presides over Mishkin, or your newborn souls. She makes effective a person's desires and unconsciousness inclinations by placing a person who is to what? Reincarnate into what? The appropriate circumstances for what? Their new life based on their previous actions and future potential. You can all get to God, but the work you got to put in makes it almost impossible for a lot of people. So they got to keep doing it over and over again. That's called reincarnation. It's been going on since forever. It's the cycle of life. So know thyself. Stop your cycle of what? Reincarnation. That's my mission. That all right thinkers stop that real cycle by what? Knowing thyself. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. We're getting closer to the end. That's the first appendix. I'll be back with the next one. IRI and IRIO. That's it. In closing, right thinkers, me, y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus the day. But you know us, my philosophy followers, we don't pass away.